everybody, welcome back to the Chaotic Little Book Corner. My name's Acacia. Today I want to talk to you guys about publishers that I've worked with in the past and that I still have books to read from. So these are the books that I have left from publishers thus far. I do have other books coming in the future, but these are the ones that I have left to read, and I don't want to let them just go like sitting aside because publishers went out of their way to send these to me, and I want to give them some attention and some love because these are all books that either I requested or I was sent for review. So this one is Alpine Ballad by Vasil Baku, and this one was sent to me by Glagslov Publishing. Now, I've already read one of their other books, and I've talked about it way early on this year, and I'm going to be doing a review of this book and the other one when I am finished with this one. This one is the story of two people during World War II trying to escape from, I believe, a Nazi concentration camp. So this one I've been really careful with because I know it's going to get dark and kind of scary, and it may not feel 100% comfortable. So I've been holding off on that. Then Unnamed Press, I've already read 2 of the 3 books that they've sent me. This is the 3rd book. This is The Long Fire, and it's by Megan Thift. And this one is, let's see, about a loner. More books just talking about mental health and mental illness, and you know how I feel about that. So this is the other one that I need to read from them. And then we have 2 books from Porcupine Quill Press. Now, Porcupine Quill Press I have worked with before, and I have loved working with them in the past, and I'm really excited to read these. They're very obscure. These are fabulous fictions. So this is Fabulous Fictions and Peculiar Practices, and it's a short story collection. And then this one is Fabulous Peculiarities, The Art of Tony Clasden, and I think this one is also short stories and very different and strange. So I'm very interested in both of these, but I just haven't picked them up yet, and I'm not entirely sure why. I brought them with me to Los Angeles, but I didn't end up reading them on the plane. Picador was kind enough to send me this. This is The Man Who Couldn't Stop, and this is the OCD and a True Story in the Life of Lost in Thought, and it's by David Adam. This one is a story about OCD, and I did start to read it, and I enjoyed it immensely, but I got to about page 40 or 41, and I just ended up putting it down, and I haven't picked it back up yet, and I'm not entirely sure why. I remember enjoying it, but it's nonfiction, and it really dives into the idea of obsessive compulsive disorder, and so it's harder for me to grapple with because it's pretty intense, and some of it feels very close to home. So I'm taking it slow with this one, but I will be reading this soon. JKP, that is the Jessica Kingsley Publishing, and this is We're All Mad Here, the no-nonsense guide to living with social anxiety. Now this one, I think for me, probably I should read it because it's just tips and tricks on how to deal with social anxiety, and I, of course, do have social anxiety. You may not believe me, but I do. And it can be kind of crippling. So for me, any tips and tricks that I can pick up along the way to kind of make my life a little easier are good. So I need to pick that up as well. Mad or Bad. This one is a crime and insanity in Victorian Britain, and this one was sent to me by Pen and Sword. Now, this one is hard to explain. I have dipped in and out of it multiple times, and it is super nonfiction. It is just snippets of information and stories of those who are insane or criminals and their lives and their experience and their crimes, but it's written kind of dry, so I'm having a little bit of trouble diving into it and staying in it. But I've dipped in and out occasionally. I don't keep track of it on Goodreads just because it just would take forever. But eventually I will finish this. Then there are two books that were sent to me for review by the author himself, which are by J. Spencer Green, and this is Ivy Feckett is Looking for Love and Breakfast at Cannibal Joe's. Both of these are more obscure fiction, I believe, and a little bit strange and quirky. I am very, very intrigued to pick these up, and I haven't forgotten about them, Jay. I promise you. He has been an avid subscriber and a very kind person, and I feel terrible that I haven't gotten to them yet. But I haven't forgotten. They're right there. Things We Lost in the Fire, stories by Marina Enriquez. And I requested this, and I started reading it, and it's beautiful. Like, the cover is beautiful. But I was not enjoying it, and so I don't know if I would say I've DNF'd it, because part of me really wants to try again, but I'm really struggling with it. Helen Oyami blurbs this on the back, and she's one of my favorite authors, so I'm kind of confused why I don't like it, which is why I want to keep trying it. But I will keep you guys in the loop on this one. I've definitely just been struggling with it. Then I have these two books. These were sent to me by Roman and Littlefield, and this is Reinterpreting the Borderline, and this is talking about the psychology of understanding borderline personality disorder, and then this one is Understanding Asexuality, and both of these are super nonfiction, so I will dive in and out of them, but they are definitely both written in a more logical format, and though I enjoy them, I have to be in the mood for that kind of writing, and I will definitely talk more about those when I get to them. This one was sent to me as well by Jessica Kingsley Press, and this is Fitting In by Colin Thompson. Now, this one is really beautifully published, and it has a lot of great pictures and art, and I believe this is a memoir. So this is talking about manic depression and mental health issues and mental illness, and I think for me, I've gone through this phase where I really went hard and heavy into the medical world with the Wellcome Book Prize, and also I've read several memoirs recently talking about mental illness, and so there's this really underlying feeling of I can only do so much of it, and after just getting out of crisis, I just haven't had the energy to get back into reading about other people's mental illness, but I will get there, and this will be one of those books that I get to. And then the last one, of course, is by Uno Press, and I did read this, and I completely spaced or didn't get to it or something. There was some reason I forgot to put this in, and I feel terrible because I did really enjoy this, so I will be doing a review of this. This is a story about fashion and a memoir and being black down in New Orleans, and I'm really, I remember really enjoying it, and I'm gonna have to kind of go back and re-examine it, but I did like this, and I did enjoy it, so I have read that one, and I don't remember why I didn't review it when I had the chance, but that's good. So those are the books that I've received from publishers that I have not read. I have several books from publishers that I have read, and I've mentioned in book hauls and book reviews, but they will be getting separate reviews, and then those will be sent along to the publishers, of course. But I just wanted to give you guys an update on what I have left to read from publishers and from authors, and what I've been sent and what I've requested, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I haven't talked to you guys about the books I've gotten from publishers in a minute, so it was good to do that. I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye!